Assalamu alaikum dear student. Today we will discuss oscillation and this is our second lecture. So we will discuss about the according to outline oscillation and wave motion and its types. So let's start with the oscillations. First of all, oscillation is the word whose definition is to and fro motion of the body about its mean position can be called oscillation. So whenever we apply force, our body is under the force of action, and it repeats its motion about some fixed point. Then we can say that the body is behaving like a vibrating body, and the property of the body, the property of the motion of the body is known as oscillation or vibratory motion. So before discussing the oscillation in detail, we will discuss the some uh, special types of the motions. One is the linear motion. In linear motion, as we know that bodies move in the straight line motion, and this motion basically is also type of the rectilinear motion. And the rectilinear motion is the type of motion in which body does not rotate, does not change its center. So that type of the motion is known as rectilinear motion. जैसे हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि हमारे पास इस डायग्राम के अंदर एक साइक्लिस्ट है उसकी जो मोशन है वो हमारा साइक्लिस्ट की मोशन जो होगी वो रेक्टिलिनियर मोशन है. ये स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन है और इसमें रोटेशन नहीं होती. सेकंड हमारे पास क्योंकि ये स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन है, वन डायमेंशन मोशन डिस्कस की पहले हमने, तो उसके बाद हम लोग डिस्कस कर सकते हैं कि हमारे पास टू डायमेंशनल मोशन भी होती है. और इसलिए टू डायमेंशनल मोशन की हमारे पास एग्जांपल है कि फर्ज करें हमारे पास एक कैनन बॉल है और वो बॉल को थ्रो करता है और यहाँ किसी पॉइंट पर जाके बॉल टच करती है. तो जिस पाथ को बॉल अडॉप्ट करती है, इस पाथ को हम कहते हैं पैराबोलिक पाथ. एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ मोशन इज बेसिकली टू डायमेंशनल मोशन बिकॉज this motion is in the xy plane. So this two-dimensional motion is known as projectile motion. You have studied this type of motion and the terms related with this motion at FSC level. So next, let's move towards the next. The third type is the circular motion. If the body is moving in along the circular path, along the circumference of the circle, then we can say that the type of motion is circular motion, like the motion of the helicopter, like the motion of the ball attached with the, yeah, or stone attached with the string, and then it is whirling about some fixed axis. So this type of motion, or we can say that the earth is revolving around the sun, we can say that the electron is revolving around the nucleus. All these are basically circular motions. So next, let's move toward the one is the special type of circular motion, that is the rotational motion. It is also called spinning motion. As we know that electron revolves around the nucleus, it has circular motion, but as well as it has circular motion, it has also spinning motion. So what type of spinning motion is this? The type of motion in which the body rotate, body moves, circulate about its fixed axis, which can be within the body. That type of motion is called rotational motion. And the type of circular motion or revolution in which the axis will always remain outside the body. So there is a difference between the circular motion and rotatory motion, spinning motion. Circular motion is also called revolutionary motion or orbital motion, and the one is the type of the circular motion. Rotational motion is also called spinning motion. So now let's move toward the oscillatory motion that I have also and explained in the start, that what is the oscillatory motion. This is the periodic to and fro motion of the body, back and forth motion of the body is called uh, oscillatory motion. Just like this in this picture, the bob is oscillating about its fixed point. So the motion of the bob is basically oscillating motion. So next one, all these are examples of basically oscillatory motion. So let's take the example of the pendulum, horizontal or vertical mass spring system, like motion of the spring, like motion of the tuning fork. All these are basically examples of oscillatory motion or vibratory motion. So let's move toward. As we know that the oscillation motion can be or cannot be periodic. So this is basically property of the oscillatory motion. If in which the if the body repeat itself after regular interval of time, then the oscillatory motion is also called periodic oscillatory motion. So because body repeat its motion after some regular interval of time, it means that interval of time does not change. So we can take the example of the arms of the watch. So these arms of the watch takes the constant times to complete its one revolution. So after that, one and two and three and four revolution, their time for one revolution cannot be changed and does not change. So we can say that the motion of the arms of the watch is basically periodic motion. So it is not necessary that every oscillation is basically periodic. So it depends upon the continuously application of the force. If the body is under the action of continuous application of the force, so we can say that the body will be in the periodic motion. Otherwise, it will not be in the periodic motion. So in the presence of the some resistive forces, body cannot exist its periodic motion, sustain its periodic motion. So हम ये भी जानते हैं कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स हैं पीरियोडिक मोशन के बारे में और ऑसिलेटरी मोशन के बारे में। जैसे मैंने पहले आपसे कहा कि जो तमाम ऑसिलेटरी मोशंस हैं वो पीरियोडिक होती हैं, और लेकिन तमाम पीरियोडिक मोशन जो है वो ऑसिलेटरी मोशन नहीं होती। तो ये तमाम ऑसिलेटरी मोशन वो पीरियोडिक मोशन होंगी जिनके अंदर हम रेजिस्टिव फोर्सेस को कंसीडर नहीं कर रहे। हम सिर्फ अगर हम रेजिस्टिव फोर्सेस को कंसीडर करेंगे तो फॉर वन साइकिल इट इज़ पीरियोडिक, but for many cycle it is not periodic. So we take only ideal case. In ideal case, all the oscillatory motions are basically periodic, but all the periodic motions are not oscillatory. So let's take the example of the vertical mass spring system. This is oscillatory motion, and also this has periodic motion, because in the absence of the air resistance and the gravitational resistance effect. So but in the case of the revolution of the moon around the earth, we can say that this is oscillatory motion, because moon does not change its axis rotation throughout its motion. But this type of motion is not periodic motion, because moon takes not every time same time to complete its one revolution. So due to this reason, we can say that moon has the month lunar month has 29 days or 30 days. So it can be varied. So due to this reason, we can say that it doesn't have periodic motion. So some terminologies are related with the oscillatory motion. Let's discuss that type of terminologies. First of all, mean position. As you know that whenever we will apply the force on object, it will start to oscillate due to some restoring forces or energy which is stored in the object. But the body will always rotate, body will always vibrate or oscillate about some fixed point, and that fixed point is known as equilibrium point, and the equilibrium point is also known as mean position. So in this figure, we can say that this is basically horizontal mass spring system, and we are applying on the force on the in this mass on rightward. So on the application of our force, the spring will extend through some distance. But whenever we release our force, the new force is produced, that is restoring force. Due to that force, the mass which is attached with the spring moves toward the fixed point. This type of fixed point is known as the mean position. And whenever the body will stop its motion after the effect of the resistive forces, the body will stop at this position. So due to this reason, this is known as the equilibrium position or mean position, where the displacement of the object would become zero when there is no application of external force. So next is extreme position. So what is extreme position? If we know, as we know that every body had its extreme point where it can go on the application of the force, then it come back towards mean position, and the a point where it can attain maximum displacement, that point is known as the extreme point. So we can say that if we take the distance from mean to at end level of the motion of the jet, then after that it will repeat its motion, it will reverse its direction. So that point is known as extreme position. So these are all easy terms which you have studied in the matriculation and also at FSC level. So next one, and also as we know that there's no one extreme position, because it is to and fro motion of the body, to and fro motion. So in to and fro motion, body completes one cycle. So due to this reason, if the body will move to the rightward of the mean position, it will also move after repeating its direction, reversing its direction towards the leftward of the mean point. So if we are taking the Cartesian coordinates, then we can say that this displacement, like this, is the mean position is taken as the origin, and the rightward displacement taken as a positive, and leftward displacement taken as a negative, because it is lied on the negative x-axis. So next one is, जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि हम जैसे ही हम बॉडी पे फोर्स अप्लाई करते हैं, उसको रिलीज करते हैं, तो वो बॉडी अपनी टू एंड फ्रो मोशन शो करती है, और इस मोशन के दौरान वो जो इंस्टेंटेनियस डिस्टेंस या डिस्प्लेसमेंट हम कह सकते हैं, जो हम जिसको हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं इंस्टेंटेनियसली, तो वो हम अगर लेना चाहें तो हम क्या कहते हैं कि हम मीन पोजीशन से एक्सट्रीम के दौरान किसी भी पॉइंट पे अगर डिस्प्लेसमेंट फाइंड करें, दैट विल बी इंस्टेंटेनियस डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द वाइब्रेटिंग बॉडी. So here x is basically instantaneous displacement, the displacement of the vibrating body at any point from mean position, yeah, in between at any point from mean to extreme position is known as instantaneous displacement. So as we know that if we take the displacement from mean to extreme, then it is called amplitude. So here is the amplitude. What is amplitude? That I have discussed that it is the total displacement from mean to extreme position that can be called amplitude. It is denoted by A or X naught in different types of the books of the which is based on the oscillatory motions. So here we can take the rightward amplitude is positive and leftward amplitude is the negative. And here are the basically units, and SI and CGS units of and dimensions are can be seen here. So if we want to find the range of the vibratory motion, so we will add the total amplitude in complete reverse direction. Whenever we will take the direction in forward, then we will take the reverse. So the total range of the amplitude will be taken as the for one cycle it is 4a, but if we take total displacement horizontally on the x-axis, we can say that it is 2 times of the amplitude, mean to say it is 2 times the displacement from mean to extreme position. So this is path length, this is total path taken by the body during its vibration. So this is known as a range. So next one is the time period. As we know that the time required to complete one cycle is called time period. Time required to complete one cycle for the vibratory motion, vibrating body, और that is known as time period. हम जानते हैं कि time period के दरमियान और there is a relation between time period and 2 pi and omega, that is angular frequency and angular velocity. So we can say that T is equal to pi omega, because as we know that omega is equal to 2 pi f and f is equal to 1 over T. So from there we can say that T is equal to 2 pi over omega. So next one is frequency. What is frequency actually? Frequency is the number of oscillations per second is called frequency. Here we are taking only one oscillation, so the number of oscillations is 1, and time required for one oscillation, as we know that is time period. So we can say that for one oscillation the frequency would be equal to 1 over T. But for general case we can say that the n is equal to the number of oscillation over small t, time taken by the vibrating body to complete that type of oscillations. So next one is the type of the basically oscillation, or we can say that the oscillation has some property that is known as the harmonic motion. So harmonic motion, and not every motion is oscillatory motion is harmonic motion, but some specific types of oscillatory motion in which body possess some specific properties due to which we can say that the this oscillatory motion is basically harmonic motion. जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि हम लोग हार्मोनिक मोशन में सिंपलेस्ट एग्जांपल लें तो हमारे पास एक वर्टिकल मैस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम है, और वर्टिकल मैस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम में हम देखें फोर्स अप्लाई करते हैं डाउनवर्ड या अपवर्ड, यानी स्ट्रेच करें कंप्रेस करें, तो दोनों सूरतों में जब हम अपनी फोर्स को रिलीज करेंगे तो हमारे पास ये मैस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम जो है वो ऑसिलेट करेगा। अब इस ऑसिलेशन के अंदर कुछ स्पेसिफिक प्रॉपर्टीज हैं या बिहेवियर्स है जिसको वो शो करती है हमारी बॉडी, जिसकी वजह से हम उसको कहते हैं वो हार्मोनिक मोशन है। हार्मोनिक बेसिकली रिदमिक मोशन होती है और एक रेगुलर मोशन होती है बेसिकली, तो इसलिए इसको हम हार्मोनिक कह रहे होते हैं। तो हार्मोनिक मोशन बेसिकली क्या है, ये टू एंड फ्रो मोशन है जिसके अंदर हमारे पास वेलोसिटी और एक्सेलरेशन और डिस्प्लेसमेंट, इन तमाम को हम साइन और कोसाइन का फंक्शन बना के लिख सकते हैं। ये हमारे पास हार्मोनिक मोशन है। ये हमारे पास देखें हॉरिजॉन्टल वर्टिकल मैस सिस्टम की मोशन है, और इसमें हम ग्राफिकली एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं इसको, इट कंप्लीट इट्स साइकिल। So it is this would be sine waveform, and this type of harmonic motion is also have cosine waveform that can be started from the extreme, and then it will be drawn on this axis, but initially it will start from the extreme position for cosine, but for sine it will start from the mean position. So but both type of the graphical wave representation is used for the oscillatory motion, that is basically harmonic motion. अच्छा, हार्मोनिक मोशन में हमारे पास जो सिंपलेस्ट टाइप ऑफ हार्मोनिक मोशन है उसे हम सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन कहते हैं। तो सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन की मजीद भी दो टाइप्स हैं, एक हमारे पास लीनियर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन है और दूसरी हमारे पास एंगुलर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन है। ये हमारे पास एग्जांपल ली जा सकती है सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन की जो लीनियर है, और ये हमारे पास एंगुलर जो हमारे पास सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन है उसकी एग्जांपल ली जा सकती है। तो जो लीनियर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन है उसके बारे में स्टडी करते हैं। हम जानते हैं कि हमने पहले भी एग्जांपल ली, हमारे पास हॉरिजॉन्टल मैस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम है, इसकी जो मोशन है बेसिकली ये ओबे करती है लीनियर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन के प्रिंसिपल्स को। तो इसमें जो भी सारी क्वांटिटीज़ हैं हम जानते हैं, इनिशियली हम फोर्स अप्लाई करते हैं और जैसे हम फोर्स को रिलीज करते हैं तो नई फोर्स जनरेट होती है जो कि इक्वल मैग्नीट्यूड है एक्सटर्नल फोर्स के और ऑपोजिट इन डायरेक्शन, एंड दैट टाइप ऑफ फोर्स इज नोन एज रीस्टोरिंग फोर्स। दिस फोर्स इज जनरेटेड बेसिकली ड्यू टू द stored energy in the body. Here there is a elastic potential energy, so this type of elastic potential energy basically generate this force that is known as restoring force. So due to this force body will reverse its direction towards the mean position, but it will not stop at the mean position due to momentum and inertia, so it will continue its motion towards the extreme position, another negative displacement extreme position. So in this way then it compressed, and then again the elastic potential energy is stored in the spring. So due to this reason again the restoring force is generated, and that restoring force then again will bring the body towards the mean position. In this way the body oscillate about the mean position. This type of basically motion is simple harmonic motion. So all these are terms and the sentence are used for simple harmonic motion. So in the simple harmonic motion, linear simple harmonic motion, we can say that this motion obey the Hooke's law, and according to Hooke's law applied force is equal to kx. But as we know that that force is equal to and opposite to the restoring force, so we can say that F is equal to minus kx. This F is basically restoring force. And what is K? This is spring constant. It also known as kappa. K represent the kappa. It's a notation used for spring constant. And what is spring constant? Force per unit extension is called spring constant. So the spring constant will give us the property that how much force we will apply on the spring to produce the oscillation within the elastic limit.